It is the Litter Media Game of the Week pregame show. The Paint Valley Bearcats hosting the Westfall Mustangs. Our coverage begins about 6:50 for you on radio. And so those of you that are listening to this on the recorded portion of the program, then be listening. Tom Beard and Mike Smith are standing by. Isn't it nice to be able to stand by somewhere?
Yeah, and
as opposed to be a bystander.
We're alluding to, we've been using this right before our airtime of 6:50.
Yes,
so
precisely.
That works out pretty well. If you missed it and you're on your way to a game and you're listening to us on the app, you get all that again.
Or maybe you're out in the parking lot, you're tailgating and then making your way into the gates.
Hey, invite me to one of your tailgates while we're out there.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Casey McFadden has done that on a few occasions. So, Case, if you're watching, I'm hungry.
And there were some, back during our Cavalier broadcast days, there were a number of people that would invite us to their tailgates beforehand. And usually when you're setting up for a broadcast, you don't have time to do anything else. Right. You know, you set it up and then you sit back and kind of wait for everything to start. Let alone it's a lot of work climbing those bleachers.
Last-minute lineup changes. We forgot to tell you, the juniors got a different number on today.
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
So there's a lot of things that, as broadcasters, you go through. But it is cool to get the chance to actually go out, sit down, talk with a few fans, rub elbows, as Mike is showing us on TV. It's neat because fan interaction, I mean.
That's the fun.
It's important to have players and coaches, but it's important to have spectators.
Nobody wants to play in front of an empty crowd, as we found out during COVID. It's just not much fun.
Amen to that. And much like I went to Piketon and Western's soccer match this week, and I think there might have been 40 people in the stadium, not counting the players.
Right.
So yeah. So when we show up to a ball game, you want to see more support for whatever the sport is. And that's what we're here to do, is to try and drum up some support for Westfall at Paint Valley. It doesn't take much drumming up because there's going to be plenty of people there to see this game.
Yeah. Paint Valley's 1-0 in the conference. Westfall's 0-1. Westfall feels like we can play with anybody, and we just have to cut out mistakes, so this is going to be a big one.
Yeah, we talked with Logan Stepp earlier this week, and he said we were right in that Scioto game. We just kind of shot ourselves in the foot with the turnovers.
Which they did in the first half against Logan Elm in non-conference play.
Right.
I had a very good Logan Elm team, let me say.
Yeah, and we will hear from the new father. Just had a baby here a couple of weeks ago. In fact, it was the Sunday after the Logan Elm Westfall contest when baby Stepp appeared. And soon he'll take his first steps, I'm sure. And it'll probably be in a Westfall football uniform. So we'll see how that plays out. But we'll also hear from Corey Dye, head coach of the Paint Valley Bearcats. I had a chance to catch up with him at practice yesterday. So we'll share their words. Plus, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. And if you're wondering who that is, stick with us. We'll share details in just a moment. Right after these words from our sponsors, as the Litter Media Game of the Week pregame show continues.
At Country Clipper, pride runs deep. We take pride in knowing our mowers help create a space for families to make memories. That our features transform mowing into an enjoyable experience. Most importantly, we take pride in knowing the decision to purchase a Country Clipper will be one you can be proud of for years to come. Country Clipper zero-turn mowers.
You asked, we delivered. New Mike's Hard Lemonade Zero Sugar. Zero sugar. Amazing taste. Years in the making. Now that's a drink worthy of the name Mike.
At Rathkamp Financial, we act as your advocate in all wealth matters. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust with our customized investment solutions. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
Happy to have new Papa. This is I guess we can say new Papa. Logan
Yeah.
Stepp with us, and Logan. When last time we talked to you, you had a baby in the oven and it popped out a little bit.
Yeah, we were blessed with a baby on August 27th, 2:55 a.m. Cooper Wayland Stepp is his name, and looking forward to seeing him grow up and be a little football player for the Mustangs.
Well, congratulations on that, and it's always good to try and get some sleep, I'm sure. So you might be doing that in the field house.
Yeah, I guess I'm pretty lucky with an amazing wife that lets me sleep a little bit throughout the night. So she wakes up and does most of it, and then when she needs some help, she'll wake me up. But she does a lot. She's awesome.
Super trooper.
Yes, that's right.
Want to get ready for the Paint Valley Bearcats. This is a ball club that, and we'll talk more in depth about them here in just a bit. But as you come in at 2-2 right now, last week you ran into Scioto, had some difficulties there, but I tell you, just about everybody's going to have difficulties with Scioto this year.
Yeah, man, I don't even know if I would even call them difficulties really. We did really whatever we wanted, to be honest with you. We had a few turnovers that caused the game to go the other way. So, we're about 4 turnovers away from being 4-0, and that's kind of crazy to say. But if you take 4 turnovers away, probably 2 from Uniota, 2 from Logan Elm, or maybe 3 a piece, maybe 6 we're 4-0, and it's and our kids see that. They're growing from it and they're getting better. And I'll tell you this, we're working the heck out of ball security. So if we can, change that narrative to not turning the ball over, we're going to be pretty good.
Well, the level of confidence that you'll gain by
Oh
hanging
yeah.
on to the football and seeing the paycheck, so to speak, from getting to the end zone or whatever the case may be, getting points from that possession as opposed to having points scored from those possessions.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think, we saw it happening in Circleville. We scored, I think, every possession. I think we only punted maybe once in the end of the game. But we didn't do a great job stopping stopping them, Circleville. So, but either way, we came out on top. We didn't turn the ball over. Same with the Mass Plains. We didn't turn the ball over. We came out on top. Logan Elm, we did really well the first half with some turnovers. And then, once again, we just couldn't get back from them. And then same with Logan Elm. Or I'm sorry, Uniota. We had a pick six. We had a catch that was, probably a really close judgment call that could have been a catch, incomplete, or fumble that didn't go our way. And then, there's some other, fumble or another interception there in the game. But, like I said, we're probably 6 turnovers away from being 4-0.
Anytime a team is 500, you see that you score points. There's no question there. Yep. Those are usually wins. On the transverse side of that is you're giving up some points as well. Eventually, stuff will even itself out. Take care of the turnover situation. You don't have defensive scores against you. And
that's right.
So that's where you got to kind of say, guys, here's where we need to improve.
Yeah, no, we're not really putting our defense in great positions. They're on the field a little bit too long, and when that happens, teams are going to score. So hopefully we can control the ball this Friday night and see where we end up.
You ran the ball well when we saw you last against Logan Elm. You moved it very well. Again, the turnover bug got you there. But against a team like Paint Valley, this is a team that can strike through the air, but the power running game is what really is their big attack.
Yeah. No, they actually do remind me a lot of Logan Elm. They're big up front. They have a skill kid that's elite. Number 4 is a legit wide receiver, and that's going to be somebody that we're going to have to keep our eye on the entire game. But they also have a really good running back too. Number 12 is solid. And we're going to have to figure out a way to marry the pass and run with them, and really try to stop them. And then they also got a transfer in at quarterback that's a solid athlete too. So we're in for a dogfight Friday. And I hope our kids are ready for that. I think they are. But we've been portraying that message that Paint Valley is a good football team, and they have a lot of good athletes, and they have some solid weapons out there. But we do as well. So hopefully we can stalemate some of that with our skills. So.
And they've got atmosphere as well. I mean, when you walk into Paint Valley, you see all the SVC championships on the field house wall. You just have the sense that area was built for football. But there's a lot of history between Westfall and Paint Valley over the years too. So
there's a ton of tradition. Yeah, there's a ton of tradition over at Paint Valley. I think it's a really cool football atmosphere, and they're really, I think, pretty good at all the sports they have. That says a lot about their coaches over there, their athletic department and things like that. Just everything over there. But actually, funny enough, our speaking of the tradition of Westfall and Paint Valley, our alumni game, which I've never heard of before, but our alumni this weekend play Paint Valleys on Saturday. So I think that it's a crazy tradition. And I once again, I never heard of that until I got here, and we weren't able to get that game going last year. For some reason, I think the equipment truck or something, something happened with that, but I think it'll be pretty cool to see. They actually invited me to play in the game, and I couldn't do it. I'm like, I'm not going to do that.
You got too much going on right now.
Yeah. My playing days are well over. So I'm just, be coach, and I'm going to go watch.
Well, in that game, from what I understand, the series is tied at a game apiece. So I guess the job is now on the shoulders of the head coaches to see which school gets the leg up, so to speak, to start off the weekend with a win. So
hopefully good luck to you
against Paint Valley Friday night. And, of course, we'll be there for all that.
Yeah. Hopefully we can start that off 1-0 and see if our alumni can pull it off.
It could be a Westfall sweep for the weekend, but it all has to start on Friday night. So
that'd be awesome.
Logan Stepp, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It can't be a sweep unless you have that first win, and it starts Friday night. We'll hear some nice commentary from Corey's Dye here in just a bit about the alumni game as well, which is being played at Westfall Saturday night. Mm-hmm. And when we were up at Westfall a few weeks ago, one of the guys says, "You're going to be there, right?" I can hardly walk on Saturday after walking the field on a Friday night, let alone be there Saturday too. So,
well, they see you wearing those cleats, so they think you're really serious about this.
Yeah, well, when you tape up the ankles and you wear the knee brace and put on the Bengay and everything, and then go out and you're ready to go.
Yeah, really.
But that should be a lot of fun, and both the football programs received the benefits of the proceeds from that game that we played at Westfall Saturday. But the game we're talking about today is Westfall at Paint Valley, and that would be Friday. Mm-hmm. And yes, sir?
Well, I was just thinking, we know Westfall can score points, and the Bearcats have given up some points in a few of their games this year. Now, they held Southeastern to 9 last week, but could be interesting to see how they handle that passing game.
And it can be said the same on both sides. As we mentioned, standing at 2-2, chances are, you got a lopsided win here, lopsided loss, whichever the case may be. But 29.5 points per ball game for Westfall, but they've been giving up almost 35 points per game. Yeah. So that usually leads to a 500 record right there. So it depends on who shows up and hanging on to that ball. As Coach was saying, ball security is something they've been focusing on this week. We will hear from Corey Dye and the Paint Valley Bearcats as we continue with the Litter Media Game of the Week preview show here on Litter Media.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
You haven't had vodka soda like this. No one has. Made with the world's smoothest vodka plus real juice. New White Claw Vodka Soda.
35 years of my broadcasting career was spent following the Chillicothe Cavaliers. This will be my first Westfall Paint Valley game. Mike, you have been to numerous of these encounters. None really stand out to you, though?
Well, there's one. I think it was Westfall, maybe 92, going into the opening conference game of the season against Paint Valley. At Paint Valley, they had the longest win streak of any SVC football team, and it was like in the 20s, maybe 28 or 29. I can't remember. I'd have to look it up. I was trying to scan some of that here a bit ago. And Paint Valley snapped the streak. But that we were talking on our daily program earlier, the 15-year war that was between 1983 and 1997, 98, 12 of those 15 years, it was either Westfall or Paint Valley that won the championship. And in at least one year, I think they were part of a tri-championship. So it was just total dominance by one or the other of these two schools.
And when you look at it, we mentioned Keith Downing's name earlier. Scott Bartholomew was a Westfall for a number of those years. Then on the Paint Valley side, Gary Newsom, Pete Holland, they were really the big names during that stretch of time, right?
Yeah, Westfall, and now this is not all of Westfall's championships, but they won 83, 84, 85, 87. Paint Valley won the title in 89, 90, 91, Westfall 92, 93, 94, Paint Valley 95, Westfall, Paint Valley, and Piketon won the tri-champ in 96. So that's basically where it ended because Piketon won it the next year after that. So you can see the stranglehold that one or the other of those schools had for about 15 years.
And there were 6 other schools going, hey, how about our time?
It's our turn, yeah.
Yes. So, and the tide did change there for a number of years as well. Westfall at Paint Valley, Friday night. Let's hear from Coach Corey Dye of the Valley Bearcats.
You had a nice win over Southeastern last Friday. Let's start there. What worked so well for you Friday night to score 49 points?
Well, I mean, we came out on fire. I mean, really, we had all phases clicking. Special teams did a great job right off the rip. Defense played outstanding, and then offensively we put together some great drives, and it really just set the tone for the game.
And you feed off of that because you start feeling some confidence, and next thing you know, everything starts clicking.
Yeah, everything starts clicking, and really it's huge. When you're playing a game of football, it's a game of momentum. Obviously, you want to start off on fire, and then it just seems to click for the rest of the game. You know, when you can do that.
You have Westfall coming in tonight, and Westfall 2-2. They've had trouble with some turnovers, and that really has been their Achilles heel so far this season.
Right. Coach Stepp does a great job. I mean, with his ball club. I know him really well, and he came from a great program, and obviously, he really gets the most out of his kids, and I really feel like he's got a good group of kids that are dangerous. Every game that they've played, they've been in, and like you said, it's really come down to turnovers, and if they were able to eliminate those, then who knows? I mean, they might be undefeated right now.
Yeah. And what does it take for your club to sit there and say, we have to cross every T and dot every I to make sure that we don't implode on ourselves?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just focus. I mean, it comes down to practice. We learned a valuable lesson week 2 when we played against West Jeff. We didn't have the greatest week of practice, and then obviously we traveled all the way up to West Jeff, didn't play our best football. So it was a hard lesson, but it was one of those lessons that our kids have learned, and now that we understand that if you practice well, then it basically goes right into the game, and our kids have been able to do a lot better job with that, and I've been really pleased with them so far. This week's been great. Obviously, we got to get through today's practice to determine that, but really proud of our kids, our effort, and our seniors. They're doing a great job leading this team, and couldn't be more proud of them.
You lost some important seniors last year. One of them you lost due to injury before really things got started for you. What about this crew you've got now? They've learned off of their experience going to the playoffs last year and everything, I'm sure.
Yeah, unfortunately, we started the year off with some adversity with Dom Chambers. He traveled to Ashland and was trying to get recruited. He's a collegiate athlete, and fortunately, he tore his ACL, and so we started the season with adversity. But the thing about Paint Valley kids, it's next guy up, and our kids do a good job of that. And, I think last year having the adversity that we did with Cole Miller, I think it really helped prepare us for this year, and our kids that have been able to step in and fill that role have just been done an amazing job.
We ask ourselves why these things happen, and we don't see the future. But the kids gained experience out of having lost Cole Miller last year, and I'm sure that helps them mentally preparing for this year.
Yeah, well, without a doubt, like I said, losing somebody like Cole Miller, losing somebody like Dom Chambers, it's not easy. Especially going in their senior year. But our kids have rallied around both of them. Even last year and going into this year, they rallied around Dom, and they're playing really good football. And Dom's still around. He comes to practice every day, and he's still a very big part of our team. Without his leadership, obviously, our team wouldn't be the same.
Logan was talking to us earlier about the alumni game coming up Saturday, which is going to be key for all those who either had black and gold in their colors or scarlet and gray.
Right. Well, it's been a few years since the last time they played, and the last time they played was here, and it was probably one of the greatest football games I've ever watched. So really looking forward to that game, and obviously it's at Westfall. So if you're not doing anything on Saturday night, now we do have homecoming, and so we'll have a lot of those kids that'll be there. But if you don't have plans, I highly recommend going out and supporting these guys, because the money and the proceeds go back to both programs. So it's well worth the money. But should be interesting.
It could be highly entertaining with old guys out there playing football.
They're old, but man, I'm telling you what, they're tough as nails. On both sides of the ball. So, but anyway, yeah, it's one of those games that we look forward to, and I don't think it's a game that you can technically play every year, because I think it takes you about 2 years to recover from playing. But it's still entertaining. Without doubt.
Well, if we see Rex Hurlis out there, we'll know something's up.
Yeah, that's right.
So, all right, good luck to you. We'll see you Friday.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
And talking with Corey yesterday, about Rex and his buddy Rod out there, he says, we've got plays that are called Rex and Rod. And so he said, I let them think that it's named after them. So why not, right? But you always see Rex hanging out on the sideline. He's wearing his actual jersey from when he played in the late 1960s. So
a few holes in that jersey, I think. Moths or something it got to him, yeah.
We will be there on homecoming. That's something that might slip past some people. It is homecoming week, so that means there will be pregame ceremonies and the crowning of a queen.
You asked me earlier on our daily program if I had a radio memory. That just popped up.
Uh-oh.
One night we were doing a radio broadcast, Paint Valley Homecoming. They had the group Kiss, not the rock band Kiss, but the lookalike group.
Okay, yeah.
And they had a stretch limo, and we always had something. Randy Davies was our sideline reporter at the time, and okay, where's Randy? And here he's in that stretch limo waving to us as Kiss is going by. So yeah. Where's Randy tonight? Yeah.
Randy was always like the Jim Day of the Fox, or I should say Valley Sports Ohio broadcast, doing neat stuff like that. Paint Valley, they come into this contest. They've got a 1-0 start. Westfall's looking to see if they can hand them their first loss in the season, pick up a win in the SVC. But Paint Valley's got some high goals set for this year. and that is factoring into a championship later.
Well, sure. The coaches will always tell you league first, and then playoffs later. But I think what you're alluding to, they not only want a championship in the SVC, but they want to go deep into the playoffs if they can.
Yeah. So it'll take some work to do that and some teamwork. And as Coach Stepp said, we've got to watch out for Carson Free, who is a legit wide receiver. Then, of course, here comes Bray Robertson. He'll be rumbling, and when he comes through the line, if somebody misses him on a first hit, he's going to hit you.
He's like a bowling ball coming through there.
You bet. So be prepared, as they say. All right, coming up in a moment, our Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week we'll introduce to you in just a moment. But first, these words.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
At Rathkamp Financial, we offer customized investment solutions and superior client service. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
Now that's one fast mower. Take command of your lawn with Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower.
Every week we honor an athlete who has performed well, an amateur athlete, and this week it is on the cross-country track.
Yeah, Ryan Richendaler of Adena won his third individual title of the fall. That was at the Village Invitational on Tuesday. I don't know if this is the first or second year they've had that, but Scioto, when you say Scioto cross-country, everybody knows that is the bar. That's the standard. At the Village Invitational out at Adena High School earlier this week, Scioto boys took 6 of the top 10 places, but Ryan Richendaler won it. He won it, and that was his third. He also won the Zane Trace Invitational last weekend with a time of 17:02. And he had an earlier win before that. Think about cross country. You think of unlike track season where you can get a steady time or distance based. It doesn't matter where you are, but in cross country, depending on what kind of course you're on, time can fluctuate greatly. If you have a hilly course,
right,
as opposed to a flat course
or a wet course,
yeah. So and it was raining out at the Village Invitational at Frankfort when they were running. So yeah, so those times can fluctuate. But yeah, Ryan's had a great fall so far as he picks up his third individual title of the fall. So congratulations to him.
Cross country has been interesting here in this part of Ohio, just due to the fact when I ran, and I didn't run cross country, but I was on the track team at Tays Valley. We didn't have a lot of hills and everything. You had little inclines and little dips, that kind of thing. Here in Ross County, you got some hills, you got some valleys, and you go out to run a Hirsch Fruit Farm. That is a climb. They've got more in the Huntington Hills, where they just had the cross-country meet here a few weeks ago. They're across from Huntington Elementary. There's a bunch of hills there so it's just a challenging run. I'm surprised that not more great cross-country teams don't come out of Southeast Ohio because of that.
I know Caldwell for many years over in Eastern Ohio had domination, but that's what they had for a lot of their courses, a lot of hilly areas. Now, when you go to the state meet, which for many years was the Scioto Downs, it's now at Obetz. I can't remember what they call the facility there at Obetz. I don't really know what the topography of that is, but I'm pretty sure it's not a lot of hills, if many.
I wonder what it would turn out to be if they were hosting it down here,
right?
Or say over at Rio Grande, which Rio Grande has hosted a number of regional events.
Yeah.
So it'd be neat to see the state come down this way.
Well, maybe now that Matt Paxton is coaching Rio Grande, maybe Matt can
that's right.
get that going.
He's got some clout.
Yeah.
He can make some things happen. Again, congratulations to Ryan Richendaler, our Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. Now, how do you nominate someone? Click on Players of the Week on our website, littermedia.com, and you can submit your nomination. And at the end of this year, we will have a Player of the Year award to hand out.
And that is calendar year 23.
Yes.
So keep that in mind.
And no professional athletes, but any amateur athlete you want to nominate, please feel free to do so. All right, coming up in just a moment, we'll have some final words with our Litter Media pregame show here of the Litter Media Game of the Week, which is Westfall at Paint Valley.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
If you can't give true love to me, I'll understand.
It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Michelob Ultra.
Before we get to, again, a look at Friday's game, the Backyard Brawl highlight package is live now on our YouTube channel. Check it out. If you missed this contest between Circleville and Logan Elm, it got off right from the start. It wasn't a kickoff return for a touchdown, but 2 plays in, I think, it turned into a touchdown. And next thing you know, it was a true battle back and forth between these two clubs in the Mid-State League. And Logan Elm would finish up with the win and take that Backyard Brawl trophy as well.
Nice trophy presented by Kingston National Bank, but that was a 7-point game at halftime, but the opening kick of the second half was the turning point in the ball game. A fumble by Circleville, and Logan Elm has the short field for the score.
It was a short kick and a little pooch kick, and next thing you know, Logan Elm's got it, and they're put into the end zone, and that created a bit of a spread that was just difficult for Circleville to overcome. But we take you into the post-game celebration in this video, so you'll want to check that out. Now on Litter Media and our website, on our YouTube channel. But tomorrow night, Friday, Westfall at Paint Valley. Play-by-play coverage begins about 6:50 here on Litter Media Radio, unless we have an issue in which we had trouble a couple of weeks ago, so we went to Facebook Live. So either way, just be prepared. If you want to check our radio station out, there is the QR code. You can see there, scan that with your smartphone. It'll take you right to us. Or you can go to our website, littermedia.com, and click where it says Litter Media Radio.
So last Friday, we warned everybody that if that happens, and it was seamless. It was perfect. Nothing went wrong, which we're thankful for. So
we're hoping to make that happen again.
And you have a replay for Saturday?
Yes. Replays will be Saturday at 7 a.m., at 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. So
you told me that last week, and then when you published it, you said 8, 1, and 7. So I'm totally confused now. Because you told me that before the game. That's what I put down. And then when I saw the post the next day, it was 8, 1, and 7.
I was consistent on the 1, apparently.
Yeah. I didn't know if you got your bookends
all the more
inversed
reason
or what. Yeah.
to do your best to follow it right along.
Stay
there.
right with it.
And
We'll
just
hopefully
stay
get
with
it right. Yeah.
Litter Media Radio, and we'll get it figured out as best we can. All right. Until next time, thank you for watching Litter Media, whether it be on Facebook, YouTube, or on Litter X, formerly known as
Twitter.
Twitter. Thanks for watching.